Good morning, America. This is Rick Redalen, the Maverick Doctor. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of the recent congressional problems we are having in the United States. It seems that four young congressional leaders are getting an undue amount of attention lately. Two of them are Muslims that seem to want to promulgate the Muslim faith here in our country. I have very strong feelings about this. My wife and I lived in St. Paul, Minnesota during 9/11. And in St. Paul, Minnesota, when you went into a grocery store, you really didn't know what country you were in because we saw Muslims, Vietnamese, Hmong, Hispanic, and all manner of people in the grocery stores. You really did not know you were in America. Following 9/11, suddenly what became readily apparent is we no longer saw the Muslims with their usual bright colored garb in our grocery stores or in our Walmarts. They suddenly just seemed to have disappeared from the face of our neighborhoods. They weren't walking up and down the streets. We didn't see them in public. What is happening right now in the United States, we have Ilhan Omar out of Minneapolis that is a very, very devout Muslim, and she wants to bring this Muslim faith to our country. She wants Sharia law. She pushes her faith. She doesn't follow much for faith, though. She's been married. She's also been married to her brother in order to get him into the United States. And so many things she does, the Muslim people do not agree with. And now I'm talking to you Muslim people out there. Remember 9/11 when you stayed hidden in the shadows because of what had happened? That you were afraid that all Americans would suddenly identify all Muslims with the lunatic fanatics that were out there destroying the World Trade Center? I know that's not the case for most of you. I have traveled extensively in Africa, and I've traveled extensively in Muslim countries, and I have found all the Muslim people to have the same needs, wants, and desires that most Americans want. They want to live in peace and tranquility. They want to be able to practice their religion on their own. They want to have all the freedom and freedom of speech that Americans have. But when it comes to freedom of speech, when it's imploring us to disregard Israel, and she wants to bring her Muslim ideas to all American people about Israel, she has no place in Congress. Neither does Tlaib have any right in bringing her beliefs in front of us. I have run into well-meaning, educated Americans that think it's okay to have Muslims in Congress. But if they do not have our Christian beliefs, how can they possibly serve on the congressional roles of a Christian country? This is just not right. And what it is hurting now are the more moderate Muslims in our society that are trying to integrate into the American way of life. They do not want the radical law that they escaped from Somalia for. They want to have the freedom we offer here in America. All Americans, let's try to welcome Muslims into our society, but get along with them and understand them, but not get along with people like Omar and Tlaib. They're too radical for our way of life. They do not belong here, and they certainly do not belong in Congress. This is Rick Redalen, the Maverick Doctor. God bless all of you, and have a very blessed day.